Hello everyone, my name is Vimal Raj. I'm a lecturer from GEMS Polytechnic College from the department Mechanical. So today we are going to see on the unit number 4, that is the noise pollution, and this is lecture number 15, and we are going to see the subject environmental and pollution control, and the subject code is 1625503. So the content that we're going to discuss today is types of noise. So this is the content for today's lecture. So today we are going to see about types of noise. First one is the continuous noise, intermittent noise, impulsive noise, low frequency noise, and noise mapping. So these are the content that we are going to see today. The first one is continuous noise. So continuous noise is what it says on the tin. So it is noise that is produced continuously by machinery that keeps running without interruption. This could come from factory equipment, heating or ventilation system. So basically continuous noise is nothing but the noise that comes continuously without any break. So basically if we see if you take an industry and all, there will be so much of what you call the machines, everything will be there. So from the morning till the night, so the machines will be keep on running. So when the machine is keep on running means what happens, the sound will be also coming continuously. So that is called as continuous noise. So whichever possible way where the sound comes continuously without any disturbance or without any interval is called the continuous noise. So the examples are the machineries that keeps on running without any interruptions. So these are the continuous noise. So what happens is when we are exposed to this continuous noises, we will be facing so much of trouble. We would face a temporary deafness, so which will later on go as a permanent deafness. So that is the reason people who work in the factories, people who work near the big machines, they are being recommended to wear the hearing aids. So that is nothing but the what do you call the earbuds and all they have to wear. So basically when they wear it means the sound that comes from the machine will be reduced, because for about 8 hours to 9 hours if they have been exposed to this sound from the machinery, so after that when they come to their home and all, they will miss that sound. So what happens is when they have been exposed to that sound for about 8 to 9 hours, their blood pressure will increase. So when the blood pressure increases, they might face some, I mean, some physical changes as well as some psychological changes. So which will lead to mental illness, so many things, stress, heart problems, so many things will come when they are being exposed to this continuous noise. So continuous noise is something which is very dangerous, and we need to look into that so that we can avoid those things. So you can measure continuous noise for just a few minutes with a sound level meter to get a sufficient representation of the noise level. So if you want to analyze the noise further, you need to look for a sound level meter with octave band analysis. So this breaks the noise into separate frequency and tells you exactly what frequency is causing the noise. So you might even want to break down the noise into 1:3 octave bands, which can give even more detail about the frequency content. So basically when you use this octave band analysis, you can break down the sound into different frequency, I mean separate frequency, so that you can easily analyze that how much sound is being produced. So for that is the use of this octave band analysis. So next one is intermittent noise. So intermittent noise is a noise level that increase and decrease rapidly. So this might be a freight training pass by or a factory equipment that operates in cycle or aircraft overwhelm. So basically this is nothing but intermittent noise. Intermittent noise is nothing but sudden changes of sound will happen. Suddenly the sound frequency will increase, suddenly it will go decrease. So it's nothing but, if suppose there is a house, For example, if we tell, if there is an house which is near to the railway track, so suddenly when some train passes by near that house, means the sound that uh, produced from that train will be more, and once the train goes, the sound will be reduced. So increase of sound, that is suddenly the sound is increasing and suddenly sound is decreasing. So that is called the intermittent sound. So this sound will not be continuous sound, and this sound can really cause a deafness. Sudden shock, something happens means it might lead to a deafness. So suddenly if somebody hears this sound, they might tend to lose their hearing abilities. So this is also one of the dangerous sound, because suddenly everything will be in a quiet uh, situation where everything will be very quiet, no sounds will be there, everything will be quiet, and suddenly the sound comes, means what happens is that creates a problem. So that is the intermittent noise. So you measure intermittent noise in a similar way to continuous noise with a sound level meter. However, you also need to note the duration of each occurrence and the time between each on. So to gain a more reliable estimate of the noise level, you should measure over multiple occurrence to calculate an average. So if you are using an integrating averaging sound level meter, this will make the calculation for you and present this in term of an LAEQ. So next one is the impulsive noise. So impulsive noise is most commonly associated with the construction and demolition industries. So this sudden burst of noise can startle you by its fast and surprising nature. So impulsive noise are commonly created by explosions or construction equipment such as pile drivers. So basically impulsive noise is something which is closely related like intermittent noise, but wherein which impulsive noise is something a sudden increase in sound which will shatter our, shatter our ears. So this will be like a sudden burst of noise. Something, suppose an atom bomb is being put in a place, everything will be quiet, and sudden that sound, the bomb, the sound that comes out of the atom bomb, which will make a great impact, right? So it's something like that. So the impulsive noise are commonly created by explosions. So that's what I was saying, explosions of construction. So suddenly, suppose somebody is doing an explosion to the construction of demolishing the work, means the sound will be more, right? Sudden sound happens, right? So that is an impulsive noise, wherein which the sound frequencies will be more. So from this picture you can understand that. See the sound that travels, right? So I can show you with the marker. See, you can see here. So this is the impulsive noise. So the sound is coming here, and suddenly boom, it goes up, and suddenly it goes down, and suddenly it goes boom up. So this is called impulsive noise. So uh, this impulsive noise, which in the frequency will be more, which cannot be, which cannot be handled by human ears. So that's the reason this sudden burst of noise can startle you by its fast and surprising. It's just sudden. It will be like a fraction of second. The sound will hit you. So that is the impulsive noise. So to measure impulsive noise, you will need a sound level meter or a personal noise dosimeter, so that can calculate the peak value. So basically, to calculate the impulsive noise, we need to have a sound level meter or a personal noise dosimeter. So don't forget that even in an environment that is generally quiet, a single very loud noise can cause shearing damage, and this is why it's important to measure peak level alongside the average of the LEQ values. So in most applications, peak will be measured using C weighting. So you should make sure that your sound level meter provides this. So basically, this is something which is very important, so that we can understand the consequence. I mean, the we can understand what the impulsive noise is all about. Okay, so they use that personal noise meter to calculate the sound of the impulsive noise. So next one is the low frequency noise. So low frequency noise makes up part of a fabric of our daily soundscape. Whether it's the low background humming from power plants or the roaring of the large diesel engines, we are exposed to low frequency noise constantly. So this is also the hardest type of noise to reduce at source. So it can easily spread for miles around for a low frequency noise. You should be using a sound level meter with a third octave band analysis so that you can analyze the low frequency that makes up the noise. See, as we are seeing about the continuous noise, intermittent noise, impulsive noise, low frequency noise also is something very dangerous, because we can see that low frequency noise, which is something, even in the quiet situation, this frequency noise, this sound will be traveling a miles. That is the reason even an explosion happens in somewhere else, the sound that travels from that place to this place will be more. That's the reason the low frequency noise that comes, which will be very dangerous, and because of that, what happens is even that hearing abilities can be dropped, because uh, even how the hearing ability should be is, even if you drop a pin in a empty room, you should be able to hear that noise. So when you are exposed to this low frequency noise, you will be losing those abilities, the low frequency abilities, because that's the reason you will not be able to identify, or you will not be able to notice the low frequency noise and all, because if you are exposed to this kind of things. So this is the low frequency noise. So this low frequency noise which is very important, because you could see it from the ultrasounds or the infrasounds or the gravity waves. So these kind of things are comes under the low frequency. That's the reason uh, this low frequency noise and all, which is very harmful for animals, because the hearing aids will be very sensitive, and they can listen to those low frequency sounds. And because of that, what happens is they can easily they can easily be irritated because of the low frequency sound, and because of that try to they will try to behave differently. So that is called the low frequency noise, which is not really good at all. So that low frequency is it's harmful for human as well as for the animals. So next one is in noise mapping. So it should be noted that the main focus of noise maps is for strategic management of environmental noise based upon a notational annual average state. So they should not be seen as a representing what may be measured directly at any location within the map. So basically noise is nothing but this is called the noise mapping. So where in which they the people will the government will have this noise mapping, wherein which they can easily map the areas wherein which how much noise is there in that particular area. So they will have a map, so you could see that there is a different levels of uh, frequency of noise. So green area shows that it is around from 30 to 20 to 35, and the light green is 30 to 37, something like that. So basically what happens is they will have this noise mapping, so that you can easily identify whether it is an industrial area, or if it's a residential area, or it's a rural or urban area. So everything they can calculate with the noise mapping. So what happens is, so if the area which is exposed to the red zone, they can easily identify that the noise that comes from that particular area will be more than 90 decibels, so which is not recommendable for human. Why? In the sense, human can only bear up to 100 degree if it's 100 decibel. So if it's more than 100 decibels, what happens is they might tend to lose their uh, hearing abilities. So government use this noise mapping technique in order to identify the areas. So as I said, so this red zone, which is having more than 90 decibels, what happens is, which is not recommendable for humans to stay in that particular area, because when they are exposed to this such kind of noise, they might tend to lose their hearing abilities. So because of that, what government will do is government will allocate those things in the particular areas, so they can easily say to the people that it is not recommend to put your residential areas in near the red zone, because there are so many things are happening. Even the traffic roads, the roads also they can easily identify, because where the traffic is more, the sound that comes out of that area also will be more. So people always they will recommend to have it in the green area. So because what are the next things is we have to plant more number of trees, because trees can absorb the sound. So that's the reason planting of more trees is very important. It's not only against the rain, but also we can absorb sound. That's the reason in the forest area and all, if you go and all, the sound will be very less, and it's very pleasant, which we can easily, I mean, we can easily survive in that area. That will be very pleasant, and which is very nice to stay in that particular area. So with this noise mapping topic is getting. So with that, we have just come to the conclusion of this video. So today, in detailed study on various types of noise and noise mapping, we did this study, and so these are the reference book. You can just go through it in case. So thank you for seeing this video. So we will cover the next topic in the next video.